dear students. I am Dr. Shikha Pandey, Associate Professor from Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. So today I am going to discuss about the topic that definition and terminology related with the topic environmental legislation and sustainable development. So starts this lecture with a very common word, that is, what is a green building? Green building is that type of building that is totally green in nature. Like, green refers to eco-friendly. Green is equal to eco-friendly. Like, building means everything that is related with the building is eco-friendly in nature. So from its beginning, from its design, construction, operation, and then reduction, and then it will eliminate negative impacts and create positive impact on our climate and natural environment. Means green building is that type of building that will be green in nature. Green refers to eco-friendly in nature. From its beginning to end of the end, that everything that is related with this building concept is totally green in nature. Like, it will be doesn't harm anything to the climate or environment. Means it will not impose any negative effect towards the environment or climate. From its beginning, from its construction activity, started from a construction activity to up to the demolition of this building, everything should be not harm to the environment. Means, like, that is be green, or that will be eco-friendly in nature. So if it will be eco-friendly, it doesn't harm to the environment, it will not causing any negative impact on the environment, and it can always create positive impact. Like, and the green building bricks are there, that will be organic, that will be formed by fly ash bricks, and then everything is green in nature. Like, water harvesting is there, everything is installed, and it will not possess any negative impacts, and it will always create positive impact on our climate and natural environment. Next is, what is LEED? LEED means leadership in energy and environment design. Is a kind of set of rating system for design, construction, operation, and maintenance of green building, which was developed by US Green Building Council. LEED is developed by US Green Building Council. Means this LEED will provide a rating to your building. They will do the implementation, like your building is up to that mark or not. Means LED will give rating that the design, construction activity, operation, and maintenance of your building is up to that green building concept or not. Means they will compare your buildings designs with the eco-friendly manner. It is achieving, it is finding their implementation or not. That's why this LEED is there, leadership in energy and environment design. Means that's, and this will be developed by US, that is Green Building Council. Like that. Next is, what is IGBC? IGBC is the Indian Green Building Council. That is has been given by that is same as it will provide ratings to the building, like and it is an Indian. So that Green Homes is the first rating program that is developed in the India. That will be exclusively for the residential sector. That's why this IGBC is a Green Homes program that will be give ratings to your building, residential sector, that your building is up to your mark or not. Green Homes is the first rating program that is developed in India. That is IGBC, Indian Green Building Council. And LEED is the leadership in energy and environment design, and it is a rating that has been given by US Green Building Council. Like that, IGBC will be given by Indian government only, and its full form is Indian Green Building Council, and LEED is given by the US Green Building Council. And that for this Green Building Council, for this green building maintenance, for its up to that mark, for its all achievement, that there were some ratings is there. They will give rating on the building, like this building will achieving that green building concept or not. So this is about the green building. Now comes to the next thing, that is ecological footprint. Define the term ecological footprint. Ecological footprint is basically, it is a human activity that we can measure in the area of biological productive land and water required to produce the goods and consumed and to assimilate the waste generated. So generally what we can say in a normal language, like ecological footprint is our demand with the nature, means how much amount of natural resources we a human is consuming. Natural resources a human Natural resources human is consuming is called as ecological footprint. Consuming is called as ecological footprint. It is the impacts of human activities. It can be measured in terms of the area of biological productive land, water, whatever that will be human being will get from the nature, that is a natural resource, water, soil, crop, whatever, means whatever goods, whatever services that a human being can be achieved from the environment is called as ecological footprint. And it will be produce the goods consumed and to assimilate the waste generated. This is the impacts of human activities that is measured in the terms of area of biological productive land and water required to produce the goods consumed and to assimilate the waste generated is called as ecological footprint. Means footprint of a normal human organism onto the ecology. That is, if we'll understand in a normal language, that is the meaning of this ecological footprint. Like how much a human being can take from consume the natural resources that is already available. And it is in terms of water, air, soil, anything that is the natural resources that is already present on the earth. And this is the main ecological footprint is the meaning, is the term that is associated with the sustainable development, pollution, and everything. From this ecological footprint, you will get idea like how much amount of natural resources is consumed by a human being. A human being is consuming at what percentage of natural resources, or at what measurement of natural resources. Then only we'll get idea like is it over consumed, or it is over exploited, or it is in a sustainable manner. So from this ecological footprint idea, we'll get the idea regarding the sustainability. Now the main what are the six components of ecological footprint? Means what are the main components of this ecological footprint? In this ecological footprint, what are the different components which we are studying, which we are taking? So the the ecological footprint will have six categories. First of all is the of productive surface area. In this productive surface area, this ecological footprint can be divided into six categories. First is about the cropland, then grazing land, fishing grounds, built up lands, forest areas, carbon demand on the land. Means what it is the means in this is the components of ecological footprint that will get on the surface area. In the surface area, a human being is daily to daily they are interacted with the cropland because they'll get crops from the land. Then grazing lands, they will get food, they'll get many fruits from this grazing land. Fishing grounds, built up land means those land that will be available for the their agriculture purpose or residential purpose. Then the forest area, then the carbon demand on the land means carbon consumption by human being on the land. They are the main ecological footprint that will be associated with a normal human being, and it is the main. There are many six components of this ecological footprint. Next is about the define the term UNEP. UNEP is the term that is associated with the United Nation Environment Program. Means United Nation has made many program for the protection of environment, like UNCED convention is there, Montreal Protocol is there, Montreal Protocol, Kyoto Protocol. Means all protocol, all convention that has been made on environment for the protection of environment is taken care by this nation that will be in United Nation of Environmental Program. Means United Nation has made program for the protection and safeguard of environment. That's why UNEP. UNEP will do the monitoring of all the programs. It will do the monitoring of all the activities and all the convention and implementation of environmental laws in everything, and everything that is related with the protection of environment. They are taking care of this thing, and time to time they will do the amendments in the laws. They will call conference of parties on the discussion of these achievements of the Montreal Protocol, Kyoto Protocol, whatever they have given the set ratings for for the emission of carbon dioxide or greenhouse gases. They have made some standards so that we'll achieve it or not. They will call meetings for conference of parties after time to time. Now, the next term that is related with this topic is the life cycle assessment. What is the term life cycle assessment? LCA. LCA is the term that is called as life cycle assessment. It is a technique to assess environmental impacts associated with all the stages of a product life. See, if we made a product, like if we made a fan, anything, if a person is doing, if an industry is doing a fan, mobile phone, computers, whatever is there. So if any company is making any product, then it is a kind of assessment, like life cycle assessment, in which you will assess the environmental impacts related with that product with their all stage of product life form. Means product life form, all stages, they will assess that what impact that particular product will cause on the environment, so that from its very beginning to end of that product, will see that either the raw material extraction, like a metal processing, then it's a manufacturing, distribution, use, repairing, maintenance, and disposal or recycling. So designer use this process to help critique their products. Means this is the very important thing. LCA will done to understand the impact of product on the environment. Means will assess its impacts associated with all the stages of the product life form, like from its early beginning, like extraction of metals by the process of extraction, then it's a manufacturing, then it's a designing, then it's a distribution, use, repair, and maintenance. At every stage of its life, we will assess its impact on the environment. That's why the word is here, life cycle assessment. We'll assess the impacts of that particular product. It's every life cycle, means from its manufacturing, its distribution, its repairing, its raw material extraction, that is processing of minerals, and then the products disposal or recycling. All stages, till from its beginning to end stages, all stages life cycle assessment should be done to understand its impact on the environment, and that is very much important to understand the relation of that project with the environment. That's why after the boom in this environment sector in 1992 in the UNCED conference, Earth Summit. So after Earth Summit, people and nation is getting very much aware toward the impact of everything with the environment. Means they have connected every little development with the environment. In this way, that kind of fancy items, that kind of things will come for the economic and environment, to make balance between the economy and environment. That's why they have made that life cycle assessment for every product that will a company is manufacturing. For any product like a laptop, computer, AC, TV, fridge, whatever they are producing goods, they have to give their life cycle assessment, like whatever impact that particular product will cause on the environment. And then the authorities, those they are related with this life cycle assessment, will make an standard rating, whatever, means how much up to which extent that product will cause to the environment. That's why they have given 5-star rating. Many ratings they have given on the basis of its impact to the environment. Sometimes they will provide green rating, sometimes they will provide its recycling is possible or not. Then only this will be a very good for the waste generation also. Means if we'll do this life cycle assessment of any product, then we'll get idea about which amount that particular product will produce waste, and how to do its waste decomposition, and whatever impact they will produce to the environment. Then we will do the mitigation. We will do the mitigation and measures and all preventive measures related with their product. And so this was about the life cycle assessment. Next is land use planning. Land use planning will ensure that resources are used efficiently so that the needs are met while safeguarding future resources. And this planning process can be used to prevent land use conflict and then reduce exposure to pollutant. Land use planning, LULC, land use land planning. This is a very important term. Land use planning will do to ensure the resources, to protect the resources, that they will meet the needs of the people while safeguarding the need of future generation also. And this planning process can be used to prevent land use conflict, and this will reduce the exposure of pollutant. Like that, this land use planning means land use planning should be there to protect this land resources for future generation also. That's why they will do planning of the land, like up to which level they will allow construction, they will allow clearing of forest, or they will allow cutting of forest. One authority is there, they will monitor the uses of land according to the availability, and they will provide the land up to some extent only, and then only they will preserve this land for future generation, future uses also. That's why this will stop the over exploitation of land or over consumption of any natural resources for a normal human being. So this will lead to the sustainability of land use. Means this sustainability of land use is very much important, because this land nowadays, many urbanization, due to urbanization, urban sprawl is there. Means in no proper management, without proper management, cities are developing. So this will be very much bad. This will be this will be create nuisance to the environment, because nothing was managed there, nothing was managed, and they are not managing it for future generation. Like they are not doing proper management of land, like where forest should be there, park should be there, proper sewage management should be there, everything should be there. That's why this land use planning is very much important, because to save that land for the future generation also. Because in this urban sprawl kind of things, they are making buildings of big buildings without any proper management, without any proper direction. That's why that land use planning is there. Now comes to the next thing. This is related with the low carbon lifestyle. What does mean by the term low carbon lifestyle? Means that kind of lifestyle that will reduce the greenhouse gases and save the resources. Means lifestyle, we should adapt to that kind of wild lifestyle that will lower the generation of carbon dioxide. So it lowers our exposure to chemical and pollution. So for a healthy planet and healthy life, adopt this kind of sustainable lifestyle. So this kind of sustainable lifestyle should be adopted by every individual to reduce the emission of greenhouse gases, and we should save the resources also. So next term that is related with it is what is climate change. Climate change is a very important term. That is it is a change of climate due to some human activity. Means the global warming of climate and depletion of ozone layer, greenhouse effect. Due to all these things, some melting of temperature of Earth's temperature is going to be rise, and this climate change is the long term change in average weather pattern that have come to define Earth's local, regional, and global climate. Climate change is we can say that it is a very long term change in the climate. From, as we compare this climate from last 100 years, the temperature of the earth is increased, and due to this the North Pole and South Pole ice cap is melting, and they are adding to the glaciers or sea level. And in this way the expansion of sea water is there, and then the sea level is going to be rise. So this climate change is contributing toward the increase in the mean sea level. That was the meaning of this climate change. This climate change is a long-term change in the average weather pattern. Due to this average weather pattern has been changed. Sometimes when the weather is for monsoon, then at that time too much heat is there. As we can see, this is a very common example. We can see in Delhi, North India, this is a monsoon time, but their temperature is going to be very high. Like in the past 5 years, the maximum temperature is 40-42, but nowadays at present we can see that Delhi temperature is crossing 50 degrees Celsius. So this is all due to this climate change, because people are clearing forest, people are cutting trees, and the emission of greenhouse gas is increasing. Due to this, warming is there, warming of this earth's surface is increased, and due to this warming the climate is changed, and that's why the heat is too much available on the earth. And people, due to the use of more and more AC, fire extinguisher, many things, this new kind of lifestyle is very much harmful for this climate and for the sake of environment. That's why the term is there, low carbon lifestyle. People should adopt this kind of healthy lifestyle, and this will lead to a sustainable lifestyle. Next is about what is Earth Summit. Earth Summit is nothing by agenda, by a document that has been that has been given during a UNCED conference. UNCED conference was there in the year 1992 in Brazil, from the 3rd June to 14th June. They will reconcile world economic development with protection of the environment. So this is the main agenda in Earth Summit. They will reconcile worldwide development with the protection of environment and only. That's why this Earth Summit is there. From after 1992, people are getting more aware. Nations are focusing their development with the protection of the environment. That will be economic development in continuation, in relation with the protection of environment. This is the main theme of this UNCED conference. That's why they have made many rules, regulation toward the emission of greenhouse gases, towards the protection of environment, as per the given standard. Government has set many standards. So to reconcile worldwide economic development with protection of the environment. That's why this Earth Summit is there. This Earth Summit was a reconcile name of the document that has been signed, that has been provided in this UNCED conference. That's why this conference is also known as Earth Summit. And Agenda 21 book is there, in which they have discussed 21 agenda that is related with the protection of environment. So this is about the Earth Summit that is given by in the UNCED conference to reconcile worldwide economic development with protection of the environment. Next is what is the measurement unit of ozone. As we know, ozone layer is there in the stratosphere. Stratosphere is there where a layer of ozone layer is there. That ozone layer is there. So we'll measure this ozone layer is in the Dobson unit, that is called as DU. So the ozone measurement is Dobson unit, DU. This is the unit for measurement of ozone. Next is how does this 1 Dobson unit represent? What does this 1 Dobson unit represent? So 1 Dobson unit is the number of molecules of ozone that would be required to create a layers of pure ozone of 0.01 millimeter thick at a temperature of 0 degrees Celsius and a pressure of 1 atmosphere. The air pressure at the surface of the earth means it is the unit of the molecule of ozone that will be required to create a layer of pure ozone. The means in which the layer of pure ozone will be created in the unit between the 0.01 millimeter thick layer at the stratosphere, pure ozone thick layer at the stratosphere, and with the 0 degrees Celsius at the temperature of 0 degrees Celsius and a pressure of 1 atmosphere pressure. And 1 atmosphere pressure, that pressure of the surface of the earth, like the pressure of the surface of the earth. So that is 1 Dobson unit, 1 DU. Dobson ozone can be measured in the Dobson unit and 1 Dobson unit represents a layer of would be required to the layer of pure ozone that is 0.01 millimeter thick at a temperature of 0 degrees Celsius and the pressure of 1 atmosphere. 1 atmosphere pressure means the air pressure at the surface of the earth. Next is what are the objectives of the Forest Conservation Act. Forest Conservation Act in the year 1980. India is very much concerned toward the preservation of forests and the conservation of everything. From ancient period, we can see that they have made many laws, many rules regarding the safeguard of forest and all natural resources. So that one act is there in the very early in the 1980, and they have made this act for the protection and conservation of forest. They have made this act for the protection and conservation of forest, and then to ensure its proper utilization of forest product. Means no overutilization or no overconsumption should be there. No overutilization and overconsumption should be there. Overconsumption should be there. This is about the Forest Conservation Act 1980. This will be for the protection and conservation of forest, and it will be for the ensure the proper use of these forest products, not the some overutilization or not some overconsumption should be there. Next is come on the poaching of wildlife. These are the different terms that is related with the pollution. So poaching of wildlife is there. Poaching of wildlife is means illegal hunting or capturing of wild animal. Means illegal hunting for the trade, for international trade. For international trade, illegal hunting is there of some tiger, elephant, and its capturing of wild animal that will be usually associated with land use right. That is usually associated with the land use right, means from where they are belongings of that wild animal. So this is about the define the poaching of wildlife. Wildlife means it will be illegal hunting for the international trade or capturing of wildlife that will be associated with the land use of right. Next is about the define the term flood. Flood is also very important term. Like you have to understand the meaning of flood. Flood we can define it as a overflow of water that submerges in the land that is usually dry. So overflow of water on any area that is relatively dry. So this is called as flood, means overflow of water onto a area up to that area where it will be usually dry is called as flood. And what is SPM? Suspended particulate matter. It is a finely divided solids or liquid that may be dispersed through the air from combustion processes, industrial activities or natural source. SPM is a suspended particulate matter, means very finely divided solids or liquid matter that will be suspended in the air from by the, it is a very important term in the air pollution. SPM is related with the air pollution. So SPM will be, we can say that it is a finely divided particulate matter of solid or liquid. It will be dispersed through the air from combustion processes. It will be dispersed in the air by the combustion process, some industrial activity or some natural sources is also there. That's why this SPM is a finely divided minute particle that is present in the air that may be dispersed in the air through the many activities, some human activities like mining processes, some industrial activity or natural sources is also there. So this is about the SPM. Now comes to the next point, that is RSPM. RSPM is the again the suspended particulate matter that will be present in the air, and they have the diameter of less than or equal to 10 micrometer, means less than 10 micrometer, means dimension of less than diameter of less than 10 micrometer. And RSPM means respiratory suspended particulate matter, means like it can be respirable. It a human being can take it, can breathe it, because their size is very minute. That's why this is RSPM is called, and it is a particulate matter with a diameter of less than or equal to 10 micrometer. And next is the what are the main factors that will determine the water quality. This is related with the term water pollution, and it is a very important term, like which factor will determine the quality of water. So the factor that is responsible for the quality of water are the temperature, acidity, dissolved solids, particulate matter, dissolved oxygen, hardness and suspended sediments. All this determine the water quality. Next is the what is silting of reservoir. Means silting is silt, we know that it is a kind of soil pollution. So it is a accumulation or deposition of silt. It will be suspended through a body of water, and it will be cause the choking, filling or covering with a stream deposited silt that is behind a dam or other places of retarded flow in a reservoir is called as silting of reservoir. Next is the environment education, and what is environment ethics. As we know that environment education is a education is a general awareness of on of a person to explore about the environmental issues, at engaging in problem solving and taking action to improve the environment. Next term that is related, it is what is environmental ethics. Next is what is environmental ethics. Ethics is the scientific study of moral that will be, or sentiments that will be attached with the normal human being to the environment, and there will be harmony between this environment and human beings. Next is CPCB and SPCB. CPCB is a Central Pollution Control Board. SPCB is a State Pollution Control Board. Next is the define the term globalization. Globalization is the word used to describe the globalization matters and all those things. And next is the spreading of urban sprawl. That is the spreading of houses and shopping centers on an undeveloped land or near a city. This is called as urban sprawl. Means urban sprawl, we can define it as like a spreading of a shopping center or houses in any area that is undeveloped land that is nearby to a city is called as urban sprawl. So next is about the defined sustainable development. As we have already discussed the term this sustainable. Sustainable will give some organizing principle for meeting the development goal while ensuring the development goal of the future generation and without compromising the over exploitation or overuse of natural resources is called as sustainable development. It is a system to provide the natural resource and ecosystem service on which the economy and society is also dependent. So this is about the sustainable development, urban sprawl and globalization. So thank you for today's lecture.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.